What's going on, gamers? Okay. So today I'm back. I've got a few things that I need to do, and that have kind of been taking a while that I want to get done and over with. First of all, I want to get this house finished. And if not, like, I just want to get it to the point where it's, like, usable. We have essentially... Oh, hello. We have essentially most of what we need, as far as the actual foundation of the house goes. It's really just a matter of finishing the third floor and getting a roof on it. And we have tons of deep slate, which is awesome because most of what the roof is made out of is deep slate tiles. But I do need a bunch more oak and I do need a bunch more spruce because the floor on the third floor is also oak planks. And then there are some more walls on the third floor that are also spruce planks. I also want to get my enchantment setup going today because the room that I have decided I'm going to put the enchantment setup in is actually already complete. And by that, I mean it's already like built enough to the point where I could go ahead and start putting my enchantment setup in there. It's complete enough to say the least. I'm really running low on inventory space, which isn't great. And I think I'm just going to make a chest to keep the rest of the stuff that I need down here because I'm getting tired of having to go up there to empty my inventory out. And then once this house is done, it's going to be a lot easier for me to store stuff, which is already beginning to be a giant issue. Probably best if I just cut down a bunch of spruce trees for now, so I can get the rest of the logs done and establish where the walls on top are going. I do still need a bunch of cobblestone for stone bricks. I still have to finish the back of that tower. And then there's also a stone brick trim on the roof as well, that I'll have to cut down into some stairs as well. I'm hoping that I can get this done today because I would really like to move on from the house. And there will still be some things that I end up doing to the house in the future, but things that I can just do on my own time that isn't like really important for me to actually stream. There's kind of like a pointed wizard's tower bit on the top of the stone brick tower that I've got. And it's a really complex part of the build that is just not worth streaming because I'm gonna have to like go look back at that a whole bunch on the previous iteration of this house that I built on me and my friends' worlds. I also need to get some more andesite for some of the decorative aspects of this, which sucks because the only andesite that I really know of is by the water cave down in the mine shaft, which makes it really inconvenient when I'm trying to get mass amounts of items and I keep getting the area I'm working in flooded. I really don't need all that many of them, but I just need enough to the point where it's still irritating when I have to go get them. Okay, I think that's all of the logs right there. I did make it so that this is logs all the way through. There's actually 2 layers of logs on both sides. So I'll need to go grab some more for that reason too. I thought I had some oak wood. It's not a lot though. I think the roof, or the next level, is directly on top of this. And then it goes up one more block in here, but I can't really do much about that until I have more stone bricks. I've got a few, but it's not anything, like, meaningful. I'm getting pretty close to having this done, though. I don't know. Maybe it would be worth taking a minute to go get some cows and bring them up here. Just so I can get a head start on making the enchantment setup. Because I have to wait for the cows to grow anyway. You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to pause on the house and build just a quick little pen here. This isn't going to be the permanent location for where I keep the cows. But just for the sake of getting an enchanting setup going, I think that's probably the next best thing to do. I think I saw a bunch back there that weren't too far away. It'll take me a minute to actually lead them up here, but that's okay. Yeah, there's one there. I see a sheep. Is there a second cow? I just need 2. There are 2. Awesome. I don't really want to bother with the sheep right now, just because I really don't need them for any specific purpose right now. Eventually, maybe down the line, I'll end up building a barn or something. But it's just not the priority right now. And really, frankly, this house really shouldn't even be much of a priority, because I'm still not fully decided on how quickly I want to play through this. You know, clearly I need to work on the enchantment setup before I even remotely consider going to the end. But, like, I don't know if I'm gonna continue this series after I've beat the dragon. Like, you know, I'm building all this infrastructure, and it feels like if I'm doing that, it might be a good call to keep the series going. Like, maybe for this first season, per se, it'll be, you know, beating the dragon, getting all my basic equipment, and, you know, etc. But, you know, I could have like a second season where I fight the Wither, build like a mega base or something, and just see how long I can keep it going. You know, clearly the dragon is the first goal. But I wouldn't be opposed to having some other tasks after the dragon's been killed. All right. I'm gonna have to remember to just keep looking back at these guys, because it's gonna be a minute before I can actually do anything with them. You know, I don't have nearly enough to justify killing them right now. So, because I'm actually ready to start building the outline of the roof and the path that it's gonna follow. The house has gotten tall enough, because the third floor is less of like an actual third floor, and it's kind of like an attic space. But I think it still looks pretty cool. You know, it's big enough to the point where it's not really an attic, but it's closer to being an attic than it is either of the other 2 floors. So I think I'm probably gonna go mining for stone and cobblestone real quick. I had just carved out a little bit of a path, trying to make it easier to get to the tunnel, the mine, from where my house now is. So maybe I'll go down there and I'll use that for a source of cobblestone, just for the time being, because it needs to be carved out anyway. So I might as well knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, so at the beginning of the stream, I was right here, because I was already carving out this tunnel. There's a little bit of a cave going on here, which I didn't realize was so close to the surface, because you can see there's actually snow here. I'm just gonna get this lit up a good bit before I actually keep mining this tunnel. But I should, if I keep going this way, I should eventually see the house, and it should break out the side of the mountain. Yeah, I'll turn half of what I've already got into stairs and the other half into stone bricks. I think I want to go ahead and draw out the outline of where the roof is going to go. I think it actually overlaps this top block. So, yeah. Actually, rather do this side first. And I've got a pattern that I like to do. So it's like 1 stair like this, 1 upside down stair, and then a whole block. And then the same thing repeats over and over again, like this. And then it comes to a point at the middle. But clearly I don't have enough stone bricks in order to make that happen right now. So these actually continue going up. And on this block, it goes horizontal this way. And then I fill the rest of this in with spruce planks, I believe. And then there's a cool kind of window that I made. It's like a circular window that kind of uses trapdoors and stairs, which I'm super proud of that design. Just because it actually looks so good and surprisingly circular for a game that's made out of blocks. It's a pretty generic roof pattern, but, you know, I haven't been building good all that long. Like, my builds are okay to look at now. And it's the same kind of pattern that most people use when they're just getting started, experimenting with, like, survival bases that aren't, like, hideous. And I think on this specific build, it actually complements it really well. It's a fair roof design. I hate baby zombies so much. They're the worst things ever. Hello. Oh my god. They're so quiet. Every single time a creeper walks up on me like that, it scares the shit out of me because I was like inches away from death. I think I hear a zombie villager. There is one. He's got a sword though. I'm gonna make a boat because I actually do want to keep him around. I just used all my wood. Shit. Hold on. I would like to keep him around so I can get villagers up here real easy. There is a village behind my house, but if I don't have to bring him up a mountain, that would be preferable. Hell yeah. And I gotta build a little roof over him so he doesn't burn. I think you can lead boats now too. So I can actually drag him away now and not have to worry about getting in the boat and having him hit me. He's got an iron sword on him too, so that is not the zombie villager that I want hitting me. Okay, cool. I do have a brewing stand already, which means I could, well on my way, get to healing him. I think it's a weakness potion, which is a fermented spider eye, if I'm correct. It's been a while since I've made one. I'll have to check and see if it requires nether wart or not. Okay. Upside down, whole block, and there it is. There's the whole outline of the roof. So now I just need to follow that pattern all the way back until it hits the tower over here, which really isn't going to be very hard to do. Especially considering that we have basically all of the deep slate we need to make that happen. A lot of bees. I don't know. So I know that trees can like generate with beehives now when you grow them, which is kind of weird. I thought you could only find them like on trees that were generated by the world itself. Like this tree is one that I grew, and there's a beehive on it now. I wonder if it spawns with bees in it, or if that's like if just bees that are close by find it. I'm not sure. I have no idea. This wall actually ends up being 3 blocks thick, which I know is really insane sounding, but the result that is accomplished by doing that is I can make the window look more circular than it actually is, because it's a 3x3 window, but the stairs and the trapdoors that are on the front and the back is what helps it look circular on both the inside and the outside. It's basically the window itself is sandwiched in between 2 walls, essentially. Shit. I was thinking that when I went up here, I was gonna go about brewing a weakness potion, but I don't have nether wart, and I don't. There's only like 2 potions in the game that you don't need nether wart for. I don't remember if weakness is one of them. I have a brewing chart on my computer that I have saved that I might have to go consult. Because if we don't have any nether wart, I can't make a weakness potion necessarily. I'm going to check that right now. Cool. Okay, so a weakness potion is one of the only potions in the game where you don't actually need a nether wart for, which means I can go ahead and start healing this villager while we're kind of working on other stuff. Let me put this gold in here because I definitely think I have an apple lying around here somewhere. That would be really cool if we could get a weakness potion brewed today. Spider eye, brown mushroom. I know that if I go to the dark oak forest, I could get a, wait, I do have brown mushrooms right here. And then what else is it? I think it's sugar, isn't it, for a fermented spider eye? Sugar. Fermented spider eye. Oh, sick. And I think I do have some blaze powder left over. I don't want to waste all of it, but as long as I'm only using like one blaze powder for one potion, that should be fine. Let's see. So we need glass bottles though, which I got plenty of. I don't know. I've taken a little intermission here, but considering that we got a zombie villager, I'd like to get him healed as soon as possible so I could move him around. I might as well make 3 of them just because it would be a better use of resources. These, fermented spider eye, and then I need blaze powder. There's one. And then after that's done, I'll put gunpowder on it to turn it into a splash potion. And then I will take this and turn that into a golden apple. We actually have everything we need to go ahead and start healing that villager, which is awesome. I didn't even really have to do anything. Had I not gone to the nether a little bit ago, that would have been an issue. Okay, and then we'll put this on here. That will turn them into splash potions, and then we still have 2 left over for when inevitably another zombie villager shows up. And actually, the house from here is starting to look really put together. I really need to go mine some more cobblestone. So I think we'll heal the villager, and while that happens, I'll go mine some cobblestone. I think that's probably a good choice right now. Crap. Okay, he got the effect too, but I gave myself weakness, which really sucks. Awesome. So we're gonna have villagers here soon, which is really cool. Hell yeah. So my texture pack, I made it so that moo blooms have a 1 in 5 chance of spawning in a flower biome or like a cherry biome. Just because I was so pissed off by the mob vote, and we got a little moo bloom cow. I used the little Optifine models and randomizer parameters to make that happen. But I don't know. It seems like if I was able to do it, it seems like something Microsoft would be able to do quite easily to add some of the mobs that didn't make it in from previous mob votes. I would like to see an actual native moo bloom in the game at some point. But for now, I think I'm satisfied with the model that I made. I do want to expand this tunnel anyway and make it a more integral part of my infrastructure. So I think I'm going to make it 3x3 just so it's like easier to travel. Because even though I've moved the house down here, I don't want it to be, I don't want the base that's up top to not be part of my workspace at all. And, you know, there's an actual staircase in here, which will make it easier, and then I can maybe avoid the seemingly endless amount of creepers that spawn on that hill, if I travel up here. It sucks, though, that the, oh, hell yeah, he's healed. I'll have to find a place to put him, but what's going on, brother? Yeah, the rest of your life isn't going to be very fun. I'm sorry to tell you that, but yeah. This actually, the section that's in the roof right here, that's going to be where my storage goes. I do typically make a basement on this, but I like it when my storage is a little bit closer to me, so I don't have to keep going up and down the entire base over and over again. 49 glass blocks. There's actually a ton of different dyes here. Which I was intending on making these stained glass windows, so that actually works out in my favor. I think it's just glass surrounding a die, isn't it? Yeah. Blue. Here's blue, here's red. No, I need the glass. I need the regular glass in order to make the glass. Yellow. And then I do have cactus for green. But I'll probably just make, like, purple or something. Did I really want it there? Or did I want it out here? I think that's fine for me. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm gonna go bone meal these trees, chop down a bunch of oak wood, get that floor filled in, and once that's done, I can get the rest of the roof finished up pretty easy, and I think we probably have close to enough stone bricks now to the point where the tower itself can be filled in. I don't know. This house takes a lot longer to plant than, or to make than every single time I make it. I always think I can get through it super easy, and then it never happens. I always spend too much time on it. I'm glad we're working on this now, though, because I want to get that enchantment setup done, and I'm already up to level 33, which means I can do two different level 30 enchantments right now. I just don't have the resources to. So I'll have to, you know, I gotta get this done before anything else can happen. I actually am kind of glad we're doing this building stream. Not just to get my house done, but thinking about it now, if I was to do a stream specifically to make the enchantment setup at some point, that would really suck, because I would have to get so many cows, and breeding the cows is something I can kind of just passively do in the middle of this, and it feels like less of a waste of time when I'm doing something else already. Because now, when I actually end up building the enchantment setup, I'll have everything I need already for the most part. Creeper out here. Deal with him. Holy shit, dude. That was uncalled for on so many levels. That was the worst thing that could have possibly ever happened. He shot me towards the creeper as it was exploding. That could have been really, really bad. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. One more. I think that's both roofs are complete now. So that should mean the very last thing I need to work on is filling in this window, the decorative bits, and the rest of this tower. But for the most part, this house is basically done. Yeah, let me work on the decorative bits involving trapdoors and stuff. Because I've got plenty of spruce wood, and I think I'm done with that now. Yeah, like that. I love that design. Kind of run out of things to say for this episode. But I don't know. I'm about done there. I've got the last bit of the stone bricks cooked and everything. I really only need a little bit more smooth stone, because that's actually what the floor of the top of the tower is. And then I do have like a stripped spruce trim at the very top of the tower, kind of containing that. But other than that, the vast majority of this house is done. There's still some very little kind of detail pieces that I need to do, and it's almost entirely spruce. So if I just cut down a bunch of spruce trees, I should be able to get through this real easy.